Alaska is often imagined as a fairy tale land. The northern lights dancing in the sky, majestic snow-capped mountains, and endless wilderness. But behind its beauty lies a side that's rarely talked about. Remote, harsh towns that can be nearly impossible to live in. These are 15 of the most difficult places to live in Alaska, where isolation, extreme weather, and high living costs come together as daily challenges. Our first stop is Fort Yukon. Located right above the Arctic Circle, this town can only be reached by small plane or by river during the summer. There are no roads connecting Fort Yukon to other cities, which makes transportation and the delivery of goods extremely limited. The climate here is severe. Winter temperatures can drop to 60 degrees, while summer can bring unexpected heat, as the sun shines nearly all day. The cost of living in Fort Yukon is infamously high. A single adult spends an average of $2,878 per year on food alone. Healthcare and education services are minimal, forcing residents to travel long distances for basic medical care or essential services. The town is also known for its extreme shifts in daylight, from the midnight sun in summer to polar night in winter. Prudhoe Bay reveals another face of Alaska's toughness, this time in the frozen far north. Unlike Fort Yukon, which still has a Gwich'in native community, Prudhoe Bay is more like a massive industrial oil camp than a regular town. Permanent residents are few, but the number of transient workers can reach into the thousands, all centered around North America's largest oil field. Getting here is no small feat. Other than small aircraft, the only road in is the Dalton Highway, a legendary route that stretches for hundreds of miles across frozen tundra. Winter temperatures can also hit 60 degrees, made worse by biting Arctic winds. There are no schools, no hospitals, and no large stores. Nearly everything must be shipped in from Fairbanks. Now we head far west to Hooper Bay, located on the coast of the Bering Sea. This town is home to around 1,300 people, the majority of whom are from the Yupik community. While it's larger than Fort Yukon or Prudhoe Bay, Hooper Bay is still very isolated. Its main access is by small aircraft. The weather here is brutal, with coastal winds and snowstorms frequently battering the settlement. Like many of Alaska's remote towns, the cost of basic goods in Hooper Bay is very high. Public services are limited, and most jobs revolve around subsistence fishing and basic service roles. Another challenge is the threat of severe storms, like in 2006, when a major storm destroyed hundreds of homes and forced part of the population to evacuate. Next on the list is Fairbanks, Alaska's second largest city, often referred to as the Golden Heart City. With a population of around 31,500, Fairbanks feels far more modern than Fort Yukon, Prudhoe Bay, or Hooper Bay. But don't be fooled. Despite being a hub for education and the military, Fairbanks still ranks among the most difficult places to live due to its extreme climate. Winter temperatures can plunge to 60 degrees, while summer can spike up to 90 degrees, making it the city with the most dramatic temperature swings in Alaska. Isolation is still very much a factor. Fairbanks is connected by road, but driving to Anchorage takes 6 to 7 hours. Energy costs are sky high, since heating is needed for months on end. And even though the city has a university, hospital, and other amenities, life in Fairbanks demands a high level of preparedness. Not far from Fairbanks lies the North Pole. Don't let the name fool you. It's not the actual North Pole, but a small community of about 2,500 people known for its unique Christmas theme. Almost year-round, the town is decorated with Santa Claus imagery, colorful lights, and is home to the legendary Santa Claus House, a popular tourist stop. But life in the North Pole isn't as magical as a holiday postcard. The extreme weather is the main challenge. Winter temperatures can drop to 60 degrees, just like in Fairbanks. The town also experiences severe winter air pollution caused by wood stove smoke trapped by a weather inversion. Heating costs are high, and job opportunities are limited outside of the service sector and the nearby military base. Now, let's head down to the shores of Cook Inlet, where we find Tyonek, a small village of about 295 people. This community is home to the Dena'ina Athabascans, one of the oldest Alaska Native groups in the region. While Tyonek doesn't look far from Anchorage on a map, it feels incredibly remote. There are no roads leading in or out. The only access is by small plane or boat across cold waters. Life in Tyonek revolves around subsistence, hunting, fishing, and gathering from the land. Public services are extremely limited, with minimal access to healthcare and education. The cost of basic goods is extremely high, as everything must be flown in. From the small village of Tyonek in Cook Inlet, we now head far west to Alaska's coast, to a more well-known city, Nome. With a population of around 3,600, Nome is the largest hub on the Seward Peninsula. The city has a golden history, literally. In the late 19th century, Nome boomed during the gold rush, drawing thousands of miners from across America. But when the gold fever faded, Nome returned to being a remote outpost with extremely limited access. The only way to reach Nome is by plane or by sea during the summer months, keeping the cost of everyday goods consistently high. The weather is harsh, with snowstorms that can shut down the town for days. Even so, Nome has its own unique charm. It's famously known as the finish line for the legendary Iditarod Trail Sled Dog Race. From the western coast of Nome, we travel far southwest, almost to the edge of the world, to Adak, located in the Aleutian Islands. With a population of just about 151 people, Adak is one of the most remote communities in all of Alaska. It was once a major military base during World War II and the Cold War. But after the base was closed, many buildings were abandoned, leaving behind an eerie, ghost town atmosphere that still lingers today. Travel to Adak is only possible via commercial flights from Anchorage or the occasional cargo ship. Prices for basic goods are extremely high, even more expensive than in many other remote Alaskan towns. From the remote island of Adak in the Aleutians, we cross over to the western coast of the Alaska Peninsula to reach Egegik, a tiny village with a population of just around 32 people. Though small, Egegik plays a big role in Alaska's economy as one of the world's leading hubs for catching and processing sockeye salmon. During fishing season, The population swells dramatically as hundreds of seasonal workers arrive to process millions of fish caught in Prudhoe Bay waters. But once the fishing season ends, Egegik goes quiet, almost like an empty town. There are no roads connecting it to other cities. Access is only by small plane or boat. Prices for everyday necessities are high. Public facilities are minimal, and the isolation is deeply felt. After the quiet of Egegik, lively only during fishing season, we head to Unalaska, a city that stands in stark contrast as one of the busiest communities in the Aleutian Islands. With a population of about 4,200, it's significantly larger than places like Adak or Egegik. The city is best known for Dutch Harbor, a commercial fishing port that's repeatedly ranked as the busiest in the United States by volume of catch. Many also recognize it from the documentary series Deadliest Catch, which showcases the harsh life of fishermen in Aleutian waters. Despite its economic activity, life in Unalaska is still full of challenges. Its remote location means it can only be accessed by plane or ship, and the weather is often unpredictable. Thick fog, rough seas, and high winds frequently isolate the city from the outside world. From the stormy Aleutians, we head far northwest to Kotzebue, a city of about 12,900 people on the shore of the Chukchi Sea. Kotzebue holds a strategic location, sitting on a narrow spit that juts out into the sea. For centuries, it has served as a major trading hub for the Inupiat people. To this day, traditional hunting of whales, seals, and fish remains deeply rooted in the community, blending with aspects of modern life. But isolation continues to be a major challenge. There are no highways connecting Kotzebue to any other cities. The only access is by plane or via ship during the summer. The cost of basic goods here is among the highest in Alaska, and extreme weather often disrupts supply routes. Heading southwest, we arrive in Bethel, a city of around 6,300 people. It serves as the administrative and transportation hub of the Kuskokwim River Delta, connecting dozens of smaller villages in the region. There are no roads linking Bethel to any major city. All travel in and out relies on air transport or river travel during the summer months. Though it's larger than many of Alaska's remote towns, the challenges of living in Bethel are just as serious. Prices for daily necessities can be 2 to 3 times the national average, and infrastructure remains limited. The city also faces significant social issues, including high poverty rates and public health challenges like the opioid crisis, tuberculosis, and maternal and child health concerns. From the wide Kuskokwim Delta in Bethel, we now head far south to Annette Island in the Inside Passage, home to the town of Metlakatla. With a population of about 1,400, this small community is unique as the only officially recognized native reservation in Alaska. It's inhabited by the Tsimshian people, who relocated from British Columbia in the late 19th century. The town is accessible only by the Alaska Marine Highway ferry or small plane from Ketchikan. While it's closer to civilization than many towns in northern Alaska, the challenges are still significant. The cost of basic goods is high due to reliance on sea and air transport. The local economy revolves around fishing and small businesses, so job opportunities remain limited. Continuing south, we reach Wasilla, a city of around 10,500 residents located in the Matanuska-Susitna Valley. Wasilla still retains the tough edge typical of Alaska. The town frequently gets heavy snowfall and endures long periods of freezing temperatures, which drive up home heating costs considerably. Beyond the weather, Wasilla is also known for its social challenges. The city has gained attention for high rates of opioid abuse and limited health care and social services to respond to the crisis. While the cost of goods is lower than in places like Nome or Bethel, the overall cost of living remains a burden for many families with limited incomes. The city is perhaps best known as the hometown of former Governor Sarah Palin. Finally, we arrive at Anchorage, Alaska's largest city, with a population of about 290,000. At first glance, Anchorage doesn't feel remote like Fort Yukon or Adak. It has malls, restaurants, large hospitals, and even an international airport. But the reality of life here is far from easy. The city is frequently shaken by earthquakes, including the devastating quake of 1964, and seismic risk still looms. The cost of living in Anchorage is high, though not as extreme as in Alaska's smaller, isolated towns. Prices for groceries, energy, and housing continue to rise, placing a strain on middle-income families. The long cold season means high heating costs and social issues, ranging from homelessness and crime to substance abuse, are becoming more visible in Alaska's biggest urban center.